Hey Nomads, thank you so much for checking out this latest Listen and React, where I am going to listen and react. I think that's pretty obvious, but I don't know. Maybe you were confused. So here's where I'm going to play short little snippets of a song and then kind of comment on what I'm hearing and comment a little bit on the recording and the musicianship and the mix and all of that fun stuff. So if you're here to listen to the song, this is not the right video for you. You're going to get really annoyed with me. So to prevent that, don't watch it if you're here to just listen to the song. But if you're interested in kind of deconstructing things and listening to a little bit about what's going on in the song, then this is the video for you. All right, so let's run the theme song and then check out this awesome rendition of Enter Sandman, the awesome Metallica song by The Warning. Check it out. A band with just one dude, no reason to fret. I may pretend rock star, it states one-man duets. Yeah. All right, I'm excited for this. Let's give it a listen. All right, so some interesting things. There was that kind of like, mystical little high-pitched sound in the beginning. And then they've really taken some creative license with the lick. It's do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. So they're doing a riff that is infinitely more complex, right? There was a bunch of things. And you can tell that they're using all of the notes of that main riff, but they're doing it in a very different way. So I'll be interested to hear if they kind of bring it back to that main like Metallica riff, or if they continue with this different version. It's cool. It's interesting when you do a cover, you want to make it your own, but you want to be true to the original. So they've done a really interesting job of doing just that, right? Using the notes and some of the same spirit, but definitely doing a different riff. So let's hear what's next. So it's funny, the Metallica version of this song has such an iconic, it starts with that guitar and then the drums come in and everything drives and it kind of builds. So very different here. But boy, this has got a really cool groove to it. And again, I was saying that this riff is kind of more complex. It's also kind of going in some different directions. The notes are both going up and then coming back down, which, again, the do-do-do-do-do, but do-do-do-do-do is the original. So I like this a lot. Yes. So there's some really interesting, there's a guitar and a bass and drums, all pretty standard. But then there's like some like breathy elements. Again, you may not hear it if you don't have a set of headphones on and are really listening very intently to what's going on. It's like just kind of a breathy, and it has kind of an echo in it. So that's interesting. Not exactly sure what it is. And now it almost sounds like there's like a chant in the background, right? Like this like little whispery, echoey thing. You're very creepy, but I like it. Yes. Whoa! Hell yeah! Wow, so this is a huge departure, but it's funny, it's got that building drum that's kind of building up to it. But in terms of trying to like pick out a riff, like this is far more complex. They're using a whole bunch of different chords and arrangements than is in the original. So interesting. Let's see if it kicks into it. So it was doing that riff, da na na, but in here it went da na na, right? So again, they're kind of doing the spirit of the riff, but not exactly the riff. Which again, they're taking this in their own direction, which is pretty cool. Oops. I thought I hit play and then I'm sitting here waiting, but nothing happened. So here we go. So very much like the original, we're 2 minutes and 5 seconds in and no lyrics yet. Metallica had a lot of very long intros, so I'm pretty sure this has singing in it. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. But so again, much more complex chords and arrangements and things going on here than in the original Metallica version. But I am here for it. Close. So that's very close. Da 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 da. Right. That's close to that main riff. So they keep kind of flirting with it and hinting at that main riff, and it almost is kind of like playful, although it's decidedly not a playful song, and it's kicking ass. But they're kind of like they're teasing at that main theme. I'm really loving all the different time signatures that they're putting into it. And even the drum sound was really different here. I don't know if they switched from what had been an acoustic set to maybe that was an electronic drum, but that took on a really different sound there. Again, you should listen to this under a set of headphones. Again, there's all this kind of like whispering, and then it said, "Don't say a word." But again, like really way back in the mix and in this kind of echoey, it almost had this like swirling effect going on right towards the end. So that was pretty cool. Oh man, those vocal, so cool. It was so well done. I liked that. Man, there's so many layers of guitars that are doing such cool thing, and they have it panned, split really interesting. So this, they're both very, very distorted and very scratchy, but they've got it kind of panned from one ear to the other, and they're slightly different, but it just comes together as this like awesome wall of noise. It's so cool. I was calling for the main riff. Man, that was so good. Such a great payoff, right? 3 minutes and 55 seconds in, and they finally pay it off. That was awesome. goodness. So I guess technically that had lyrics because she kind of whispered, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word." But no, it was pretty much instrumental. Wow, that's different. I pretty much said it. They were flirting with it, and then the payoff was so worth it. That was really super freaking cool. So yeah, there you go. That's a different version of Enter Sandman. So hope you liked it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time, huh? So this is a little bit embarrassing. I meant to listen to this version of Enter Sandman. As I was listening to that other one, I kept going, this is not what I remember, because this is what I remember. So we're going to do a twofer. Here you go. We're going to listen to this one and react to this as well. So buckle up.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone.
Whoa.
Tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman comes.
Wow, that's interesting. So in the last one, we were talking about doing a cover and staying true to the original, but making it your own. What a cool way to start this off. You know, a lot of reverb. She's really close in on the mic. It gives it this intimacy. And then she's singing it, and it's as if her voice just disappears, and she goes into that whisper for those last couple of notes. It's an interesting choice. I can't say that I love it, but it works, right? It's effective. It kind of gives this a feel. So I'm interested. It's kind of got my attention, and I'm interested to hear where it goes next. So let's see. Shall we?
Sleep with one eye open.
Oh,
Gripping
yeah.
your pillow tight.
Okay, now that was cool, right? The very sparse little kind of plucking on the piano, but it was that vocal presence, right? Those backing vocals were so cool. What an awesome arrangement that was.
Exit light.
Oh, man.
Into night.
Oh, yeah.
Take my hand.
Okay, so then it goes to that acoustic guitar, and yeah, wow, it was playing the chords, but just kind of holding out little whole notes. So cool. And then she chose that different melodic part, right? That was kind of an interesting choice. I like that one better than the whispery thing. So let's see where it goes.
We're off to Never, Never Land.
Oh, yeah.
Something's wrong, shut the...
Wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I love this kind of instrumentation. It almost sounds banjo-esque, but I don't think it's full-on banjo. I'm not exactly sure what they're playing there, instrument-wise. But wow, and then that booming drum, just such a cool arrangement. And then it had that weird, I don't even know how to describe that sound. It was just this like raspy thing. I'll see if I can point it out for you here.
Heavy thoughts tonight, and they are no Snow White. Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of...
Yeah, it's some sort of like an organ, but it's cool because this is like evoking like Viking instrumentation, right? It's almost like some of those drone, like air supplied organs. That was so cool. I love
Dragons fire, and of things that bite. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light.
Wow. Oh man, this is a cool arrangement. I love this. So I don't know if you heard it when it went into that part. There was this part that kind of went like it literally like breathed fire into that part. Like it was so cool. Yeah, just such great instrumentation. This is really masterfully done. It's even hard to like comment and pick out the different things. I would be super interested to hear what instruments they're playing here because they sound old, right? I've got a collection of weird, funky instruments, and it sounds like they're also playing some sort of weird, funky, whether it be like a lute or it almost kind of sounds like some sort of mandolin maybe that they're playing, but it's super awesome. And now you got those strings, right? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so cool. They're so cool. We're off to Never, yeah, so that lute or guitar, the do 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 do, he's playing just the 3 notes of a chord. Do 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 do. It's very, very simple, but man, when you put it with all that arrangements, the strings doing the dun dun dun, and then just that piano kind of hitting the one little note at a time, ding ding. It's very high pitched. It's very much on the higher end of a keyboard or piano, but just oh man, this is so cool. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Never mind that noise you heard. It's just the beasts under your bed. Wow, you should throw on some headphones for this. They've got this like weird like clicking and like clacking sound that literally like you feel it kind of rotating around right as they're talking about, there's something hiding under your bed. There's this like creepy noise going around. It's really wild. In your closet, in your head. Oh, and now they're introducing all of this dissonant notes of this chord, building all of this tension and giving it this really like foreboding energy. It's so good. So as they built all that tension, then they come in with a little bit more kind of bass, and it brings like a whole nother energy and just kind of pacing to it. It's so awesome. Take my hand. We're off to Never, Neverland. And the greatest thing is that she's got this like very sweet, almost like angelic voice that just cuts right through. There's all of this creepy weirdness going on, and then like her voice is just that presence. It's almost like this guiding light that's taking you through all of this creepiness. It is wow, it's so cool. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of feel where an artist is going, right? It was, and I also saw that the countdown was ending, that the song only had a couple seconds left, but it built, and then all of a sudden it just sat right down into that final, and it didn't even hit like a final note. It just kind of like settled all of a sudden. Man, so cool. So those were 2 very different versions of Enter Sandman, right? One that really went kind of into left field with like the riff and just kind of hinted at it, but really kind of went off in its own direction. And then this one that melodically and the riff and all of that was much more true to the original, but boy, with instrumentation and vibe and all of that, went off in a different. So that was out of right field. The other one was out of left field. And between the 2, pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that unintentional twofer that you got here on this Listen and React. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. Woo!